Oh my goodness. What is that? The speaker's disconnected. I'm not getting any sound out of this back speaker. I guess it's time for a speaker upgrade. Welcome back, y'all, to Whiplash TV. Today I'm gonna work on the 2005 GMC Sierra Duramax, and today there's a couple maintenance items I need to handle on the rear doors, such as this back passenger door. The door has stopped wanting to open from the outside and from the inside, so I'm gonna show y'all how to fix that. Also, the window motors are getting really slow going up and down, so I'm gonna replace the window motor assembly as well. I'm gonna hop right into working on this thing, and I need y'all in return to help me out and support the channel by hitting a thumbs up on this video. Also, down below, if you would, please consider subscribing to the channel, and as always, feel free to leave a comment. Let's get right into fixing this door. So right now the doors are unlocked. I can open the front door, but the back door, you can pull the handle and the door does not want to open. I can feel that the handle is pulling on the latch, but it's not opening up and releasing. It's doing the same thing on the inside. So that's part of how I can troubleshoot that I don't have two broken door handles. Now, when I play with the locks, I can sometimes get it to finally open, which I'll have to do, obviously, to be able to fix it. So to finally get this door to open, after not being able to open it from the door handle on the outside or from the inside, I was able to take the door lock on the inside of this door and move it back and forth a couple times and finally got it to release. So now I've got my door open and now I can start fixing it. To get our door panel off, we have a screw right in here, and down below there's a screw right here. So first we need to take those two screws out of the door. We're going to pop out this trim piece right here. Also, your lock unlock right here just pops on out as well. So on this door panel, there is no clips. There's just spots where these tabs sit down in. So once you get your two screws out, get your trim pieces off, then just lift up and pull it away. And next up here, disconnect your window switch. The next thing that we'll have to do is pull back all of this clear plastic liner. And now that it's peeled back, we can easily get to our latch and door lock actuator system right here. All three of these are a T30 Torx bit, and these will have to be taken out, and we'll have to disconnect the electrical hookups on the inside, as well as a couple metal rods that are attached to it as well. So it's a little hard to see back here, but I'm going to try to show y'all that you got to take off two rods and a few electrical connections to take the assembly out of here. All right, now it's loose. We can take it out of the door. So this is what the whole assembly looks like. Got an electrical connection right here, an electrical connection up here, and then there was a metal rod pushed in right here, and another one right down here where those two orange pieces are. So what I'm going to do now is take this assembly apart and replace the electronics with this piece right here. So with the Dorman electronics kit, you get all the electronics that need to be replaced for this, and they send you a couple of these orange inserts for where the metal rods go in case if you break them off when you're unclipping them. As you can see on the new one, we have two places where screws are going to go. So we simply have to remove these two Torx bits right here and here. These torque bits are a T10 Torx bit. Just pull these two out. And then once those two are out, this will come loose right down here. And up here, there's a little actuator that has to come out. It's just kind of got a piece of rubber in it right here. And that just lifts out of this right here. Then you're going to take your new one. Going to put this piece right in here. Just like that, just push it in to where it's flush. Then line up your bottom just like that. Put in your two screws. And that's it. Now the new electronics have been installed. Just make sure you don't tighten these too far once they're seated because it is going into plastic. From here you can clean this up a little bit if you need to, dust it off, even add a little grease if you want to on the mechanism, and head back over to the truck and reinstall it. So once you get the door panel off and once you get the plastic kind of scrunched into the center, the next thing that you'll need to do to remove the window motor is to put some tape on your window. That way it doesn't fall down while this motor and track assembly is out for the window. We then have to loosen up the clamps on the glass, which is right here and right here. These are a 10mm. You don't have to take the nut all the way off, just loosen it up. Once these are loosened up, you'll then have to power up the vehicle, so then you can run this down a little bit to release the glass. So now that we've come off of the glass, we can then disconnect our window motor. Just push in on this gray tab and push down. That'll disconnect it. Then we're going to undo the 5 10mm holding it in. One right here, one right there, one right here, one right here, and one down here. Okay, once everything is loose, we can start pulling it out of the door. So it takes a bit of work, but just work with it and you'll get it out. Now we'll start installing the new whole window motor and track system. The new one comes with bolts at the very top And then it just has the studs on the bottom. I'm going to start by working in the right hand side and then the left. So next, once everything's tight, we're going to bring these clamps up to the glass, and we'll need to make sure that these are loose, so then that way they'll go around the glass, and then we'll tighten it down so it gets a hold of it. Once the window motor's been run all the way up, now tighten down your nuts right here to pinch the glass. And now test it out by running it up and down. Alright, the window motor works perfectly. Now we just gotta put it back together. Oh my goodness. What is that? The speaker's disconnected. I'm not getting any sound out of this back speaker. I guess it's time for a speaker upgrade. Wow, and this speaker's blown. Look at that. And down here, speaker's all blown down here too. Yep, time to change them both out. Alright y'all, so these Infinity speakers, they've definitely seen better days. Like I was showing you, the surround is ripped out on over half of this speaker. And then plus on this one, the wiring was actually ripped right off the back of it. I don't know if it caught the window motor or what happened, but that one wasn't playing any music. And that one there surely wasn't playing much bass at all. And you can tell by these connections coming off of the speakers that they've been in there for quite some time. So we're going to replace them with these Pioneer 4-way speakers. Let me get them unboxed so we can take a look at them. So here's the Pioneer 4-way speaker. This is what I'm going to upgrade to instead of these old Infinity speakers. These are definitely some good speakers, but I mean, it's just rear door speakers, and we have 210s in the back, so some highs and some decent mids is about all we need back there. Probably in the front doors, I'll upgrade later on to some different 6.5s. And I need to inspect the front speakers since those were in such bad shape. These speakers come with a mounting plate if you need that. Also the usual wiring, and it comes with some screws. Alright, let's go get these put on the truck. Alright y'all, so check it out. I got everything done on the door. I did the actuator that I told you about. I did the speaker in the door. I found those speakers to be bad, so I swapped those out, got that all done. I got the brand new window motors in and complete. Hopefully you saw how easy that was. Window motors on these are so easy to change out, so if you have a window motor go out, don't worry about it. You can change it easily all on your own. So I do have one thing that I want to show y'all, and it really surprised me because I've never run into this issue before. And I'm going to do just a super short video on this because I know there's people out there that will take and all of a sudden have their doors in the back just not work like mine didn't. You can't use the inside door handle to open the door. You can't use the outside door handle to open the door unless you fidget with the locks and unlocks right here and manually shift it to unlock. If you don't do that, then you'll never get your door open and you'll be wondering what in the world's going on. So after I changed my actuators for my doors, I was really left puzzled as to why I was still getting locks, but I wasn't getting unlocks. And the weird thing of it is that the front doors are still unlocking and locking just fine. Let me show you what I found out. Up here in the front, you have a fuse panel. And up here in the front, in this fuse panel, there's also some relays. Let me show y'all. You just pop this off by pulling it right down here at the bottom. On the back, you have a schematic of what's all in here. And right in here, if you take a look, it says unlock. So there's an unlock relay inside this panel. So I got to thinking, well, maybe do I have an issue with my relay? You know, what in the world's going on? So when I started messing with that relay and I actually pulled it out and put it back in, then out of the blue, I had no unlock. I had locks, but I had no unlock function. If I wiggled that relay a little bit more, then my unlocks would come back, but only on the front doors. Again, nothing on the rear. So I went and got a brand new relay, changed it out, and guess what? I had unlocks on my back and front doors again. And that right there solved my issue. So the issue all along was not the door lock actuators, it was that relay. And I'm pretty surprised about that. I'm not sure that I have ever seen a relay personally that the half of it was working, because I was getting the front doors working, but the back wasn't working, so half of the relay wasn't working. It's a really strange deal. But I just wanted to share that with y'all, so in case if you're running into the same issue, you'll double check that relay and see if that's an issue. If it wasn't that relay, the next thing I was going to be checking was for a short on some of my wiring and see if there was a short somewhere to the wiring that was going to the back doors that wasn't making connection or had lost connection. But thankfully, I didn't get that far. Well, I've run out of time for today, but be sure to subscribe because in an upcoming video, I'm going to tear apart these front doors and I'm going to change out the front door speakers because they are the same infinities as the rear infinity speakers. And I'm willing to bet that they're the same age, front and back, that they were changed out all at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and do another video and do more work on this truck and change out the front speakers. I think I'm going to get a set of the Alpine speakers that I'm running in the G8. I'm really happy with how those turned out. And you know, up front, being the driver, you hear most of your sound up front. So I'm going to go ahead and put that high quality Alpine Type S speaker up here in the front. And another thing that I'm going to do on this truck, these speaker grills have a little bit of like discoloration, and the back ones, it's almost like some of them have turned to rust. So I'm going to pop out just this mesh section and I'm going to show y'all how to do that, and then I'm going to go ahead and paint it. Of course, I'm going to retain where it says Bose, even though I don't have Bose. I mean, you know, it looks cool that it says Bose and had that at one time. But I would like to know, what color would y'all paint these grills? I'm thinking that I'm going to go with a gloss black, but y'all let me know what you would do. Before you get on out of here, be sure to hit that thumbs up and like the video. It really helps me out and the channel. Also, please check and see if you're subscribed, and consider subscribing if you haven't already, and ring that notifications bell. I'll catch y'all on the next video.